This is the Société Générale vault in Nice, the single most impregnable bank fortress in all of France. In the spring of 1976, it became the scene of a staggering $10 million heist. A massive 60-day underground operation where 20 men tunneled through the city's raw sewage to completely empty 371 safety deposit boxes. But they didn't breach this fortress with heavy explosives, military-grade drills, or inside intelligence. The mastermind was just a simple portrait photographer, and his ultimate weapon to defeat a multi-million-dollar security system was a cheap, ticking alarm clock. How did an everyday photographer use a standard bedroom clock to blind the country's most secure bank? And when the police finally broke into the empty vault, what was the chilling, weaponless message left waiting for them on the wall? Spring 1976, Nice, France. A man walks into a highly secure financial institution. He carries an alarm clock. He rents a safety deposit box. He locks the clock inside the metal container. He returns to his residence and waits. He needs to confirm a single operational variable. When that clock activates at midnight, deep inside the subterranean vault, will the acoustic signature trigger a response? Midnight arrives. Silence reigns. No sirens activate. No police units dispatch. In the darkness, Albert Spaggiari smiles. The vulnerability exists. Who is Albert Spaggiari? He is 43 years old. He operates a modest portrait studio. He photographs weddings. He projects the perfect image of a soft provincial businessman. This image is a complete fabrication. At 19, Spaggiari served as a paratrooper in Indochina. He returned with military decorations and a profound contempt for institutional authority. He drifted through multiple existences. During his youth, he served time in a correctional facility for a misguided, forceful acquisition. The confinement altered him. He emerged intelligent and incredibly patient. He resolved never to experience captivity again. For 12 months, Spaggiari studies a specific structure, the Société Générale. He memorizes the employee shifts. He records the cleaning schedules. He monitors the armored transport arrivals. He targets this ecotrill. Beneath the marble lobby lies the largest private vault in southern France. 4,000 individual safety deposit boxes line the walls. 6 sides of steel-reinforced concrete enclose the room. A massive, time-locked vault door secures the entrance. This door seals at 6 o'clock every Friday evening. It cannot be opened until Tuesday morning. Inside these boxes rests the undocumented wealth of the Côte d'Azur. Cash that bypasses taxation, gold blocks, diamonds, sensitive documents. The institution maintains no central register. The security architecture relies on physical inaccessibility. Engineers deemed the vault so impenetrable they omitted internal acoustic alarms. Spaggiari decides to test that assumption. Spaggiari navigates the streets of Nice carrying 19th-century municipal blueprints. Beneath the boulevards runs a labyrinth of ancient stone tunnels. He spends his nights in this subterranean network. He triangulates his position against the surface streets. He discovers a critical geometric fact. A municipal storm drain passes exactly 8 meters from the floor of the Société Générale vault. 8 meters of compressed earth and concrete separate the sewer from millions in untraceable wealth. He requires personnel. He consults with individuals from the southern underground. He assembles a crew of 20 specialists, welders, locksmiths, former military engineers, men capable of absolute silence. May 1976, the excavation initiates. Every night after the city ceases activity, the team descends. They string hundreds of meters of electrical cable. They deploy rubber rafts to transport equipment. They extract the rubble in their pockets, dispersing small amounts of dirt to avoid alerting municipal sanitation crews. The environment is merciless. Some men stand waist-deep in toxic water for 6 consecutive hours. The oxygen levels plummet. Spaggiari, the portrait photographer, stands in the contaminated water beside them every single night. After 60 nights of brutal labor, the passage is complete. An 8-meter hand-carved tunnel leads directly to the concrete underbelly of the vault. Spaggiari requires one final resource: time. He selects July 14, 1976, Bastille Day. The national holiday creates a massive operational window. The financial institution will close on Friday evening and remain sealed until Tuesday morning. This provides 96 hours of absolute isolation. Friday, July 16th, just past midnight. 20 men enter the storm drain. They transport thermal lances, electric saws, hydraulic jacks, and heavy provisions. They crawl through the tunnel. They reach the vault floor. The breach requires immense physical effort. They cut. They pause to listen for surface activity. In the early hours of Saturday morning, the final layer of reinforced concrete yields. Albert Spaggiari steps upward. He approaches the massive steel vault door. He activates a thermal lance. He welds the door shut from the inside. The vault is now impenetrable. Nobody can enter, nobody can exit. For 3 days, they occupy the room. They establish a folding table in the center. They consume fine cheese, baguettes, and premium wine. They operate in continuous shifts. They deploy a custom-built hydraulic press. It compromises 1 box every 6 minutes. They extract the wealth: francs, Deutschmarks, gold ingots, diamonds. They take only liquid assets. They discard documents and personal letters. By Sunday afternoon, they compromise 371 boxes. Then, a severe summer storm strikes the French Riviera. Water levels in the subterranean storm drain rise rapidly. If the system floods, the escape tunnel vanishes. They initiate an immediate withdrawal. Before departing, Spaggiari executes his final objective. He distributes different paint markers to his team. Each man paints a single character on the wall. They leave a singular philosophy: without hatred, without violence, without weapons. Monday morning, July 19th. The team vanishes into the sewer grid. They disperse into separate vehicles, heading toward 20 different coordinates. Tuesday morning, the bank manager arrives. The time lock disengages. He pushes the massive steel door. It remains entirely rigid. Police engineers require 6 hours of continuous cutting to breach the welded door from the outside. They witness a surreal tableau: empty wine bottles, fractured boxes, the painted message on the wall. They find no immediate point of entry until a junior officer notices a dark aperture in the floor. The investigation is massive. Interpol mobilizes. For 3 months, the authorities uncover absolutely nothing. Then, human friction occurs. In late October, a former romantic partner of a syndicate member provides a single name to the police. Within a week, the network fractures. Early November, authorities apprehend Albert Spaggiari at the Nice airport. He calmly confesses to orchestrating the entire operation. However, he absolutely refuses to identify his personnel. He absorbs aggressive interrogations. He feeds the investigators fabricated narratives. Winter passes. March 10, 1977. Authorities escort Spaggiari to the office of investigating judge Richard Bouaziz. A warm spring breeze enters through an open window. Spaggiari answers questions with calculated calm. Suddenly, he hands the judge a hand-drawn schematic of the subterranean tunnel. Judge Bouaziz breaks eye contact to examine the document. Spaggiari walks toward the open window. He states he requires fresh air. He steps onto the ledge. He plunges 2 stories downward. He impacts the roof of a parked car. He mounts a motorcycle that has been idling at the curb. The motorcycle accelerates. Albert Spaggiari vanishes from French jurisdiction forever. Weeks later, the owner of the damaged car receives an anonymous envelope. It contains a check for 5,000 francs.
Exact financial restitution for the roof. It carries no signature.
Albert Spaggiari spends the remainder of his existence operating under fabricated identities. The French judicial system tries him in absentia. They hand down a life sentence. He never serves a single second of it. The Société Générale recovers only a fraction of the assets. The depositors, harboring undisclosed wealth and sensitive secrets, refuse to file official claims. The capital diffuses permanently into the shadow economy of Europe. In 1978, Spaggiari publishes his memoir. It dominates the market. Years later, a Marseille associate attempts to claim credit for the operation. The courts ban the book. By then, Spaggiari is beyond the reach of any court. June 10, 1989. A small coastal town in France. An elderly woman finds her son lying in the courtyard. He is 56 years old. A severe respiratory illness has finally ended his evasion. For 12 years, he moved like a phantom across continents. He never returned the wealth. He never surrendered the names of his men. From the exact moment he stepped through the courthouse window to the morning his mother discovered his body, Albert Spaggiari did not spend one more day in captivity. He dismantled the illusion of absolute security. He defeated the system without hatred, without violence, and without weapons. He utilized only an alarm clock, 8 meters of earth, and a quiet weekend to execute the perfect extraction.